Good morning. Well, whatever time it is, your time. So I'm... Is it gonna stay? Oh, for God's sake. So rewiring your nervous system is like, wow. It's a lot of work. And some of it confirmation, and some of it can be like super uncomfortable. I get that. I think like after the initial awakening, the rewiring of the nervous system is the next like phase of it, and it's huge. It's a lot of work, and it's confirmation, and it's really like it can be really uncomfortable. Like you feel it in your shoulders, like you'll feel tension in your body that is not. It's not like something you recognize. I mean, I think you recognize it, but it's not like, it doesn't happen in the same ways that it did before. And I've become so sensitive to it, like so hypersensitive to it. I feel it. So Bella and I went to, so Bella and I went to an old spot of ours down by the beach. And I really love it down there. Like, it's really nice. It's really beautiful. You get to listen to the waves all night. Once the like, traffic dies down. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to try. And, so I'm down there for, like, the first, 24 hours. 154 on the timer. And, I feel like icky, like weird. And it's coming from this specific person. I don't know this person's name. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they're about. Don't really care. But like, I feel it coming from this person. And I'm ignoring it, you know, like I do ignore a lot of things. It's not that I'm unaware. I just choose to ignore that and not give my energy to it. So instead of allowing that person's energy to like focus in on me, you know, and kind of make me feel singled out, I'm like exercising and taking Bella for walks and, you know, like cooking for us and doing the things that are normal for us, the things that I know soothe our nervous systems and soothe our minds and things like that. Praying, meditating. And still, this energy is coming at me, like really powerfully too, very strong. And I'm getting the feeling that like this person thinks I'm trash, and this person thinks I'm this and that and the other thing. And it's like, I don't care what they think. What I do care about is how I allow that energy to affect me. 3, 2, 1 on the timer. So I'm doing everything I know how to do. And I don't want to leave because it's like, it's my spot. And, but I'm also feeling this like really territorial energy from this man. He's a man. Really good looking guy too. Like good looking, like young guy, maybe in his 30s. And I feel like he just is envious of me. That's what I feel like. It's envy and it's jealousy directed at me. And it wouldn't be the first time a man has like tried to compete with me in his own mind or whatever. And I feel the energy. I feel it. Because I have particularly masculine energy about like the way that I view the world and the way that I operate in the world. But then also, you know, I'm not a particularly masculine woman. Not at all. Very actually feminine, very feminine. And I keep feeling this energy from him. So I'm like just, you know, keeping my energetic space. And he keeps doing this thing with the parking, and there's absolutely no reason for it. None at all. There's no, like, it makes no sense. There's plenty of parking, but he keeps backing up his RV right to the edge of my car. Like, why are you doing that? So he does this the first time, and I just ignore it. And then he does it the second time, and I ignore it, you know? And I'm like, just trying not to, you know, let it upset me, let it bother me, I'm trying not to even, like, pay attention to it at all. And he does this, I think he does it, like, he did it once, and then he was, like, idling his engine for hours at night, which is, like, I understand, it's cold. You know, he wants to be warm in his car. I think he's got 2 dogs. And so I'm, like, giving him the benefit of the doubt, you know, I'm being kind in my mind and in my heart towards him. I'm like, you know, he's just cold, you know, he wants, but, like, his engine really stinks. So I back up, because I don't want to smell his exhaust, because I have the window, you know, cracked in the car. And I don't want Bella and I to be breathing his exhaust all night, because he usually idles his engine until, like, 3 in the morning. And that's, like, you know, 4 hours too long of, you know, breathing his exhaust. Wow. The most beautiful hawk just, like, landed on this tree over there. Wow. You're really pretty. You're really beautiful. Beautiful bird. Huge. Anyway. Hawks have been seeming to find me lately. I don't really know what that's about, but they're beautiful birds. And so I back my car up, and just to get out of the way, because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to engage with this energy. I can already feel it's nasty. And, you know, I'm trying to just, like, give this guy the benefit of the doubt that maybe he's not a complete asshole. Maybe he's just, you know, having a bad day or something. I don't know. And maybe he just likes to compete with women. I don't know. Some men just like to do that. I don't really understand it, but it's happened to me before, so I just am leaving it. And then later, the next morning, and it was like probably 6 hours later, you know, slept through the night. And in the morning, I, you know, start up the car and pull around to the other side, because there's no parking signs on one side, so I didn't want to get a ticket, potentially get a ticket. And I pull around, you know, so it's morning time, and I pull around to the other side of the beach area there. And I park the car, and I'm cuddling with Bella in the front seat. I'm not even paying attention to anything else. And here comes bruh in his big ass, like, ass end of his RV, backing up to the, like, the front of my car, like, and not just, like, backing up, like, within 6 inches or less of backing into my car. Totally unnecessary. There's parking everywhere. Now, mind you, like, this guy's not flirting with me. This guy is not trying to get my attention, because if he were, he would have, like, said something or said hi, or maybe, like, looked at me or something. But no, this guy's going out of his way to avoid me. And then he's doing this weird passive aggressive thing with his car, with his RV. And I'm just like, so rather than get myself all upset again, because this is the second time he's done it to me, I just back up. I just move, you know, whatever. And I leave it. Just leave it. That day goes by, you know, I think I left for a little while, and did some things I needed to do. And then I go back, and I'm just chilling, you know, I'm not doing anything. I'm just chilling with Bella, take her for a walk. And then when it comes around to sleeping time, I pull to the other side where there's, you know, there are no parking signs, and park the car, go to sleep, you know, like, cause I'm totally in my own world. Like, I'm not even paying attention. I mean, like, I have situational awareness, but I'm not paying attention. Like, I'm not giving my energy to anyone or anything. And this guy's already done this to me twice. So I'm just, you know, going out of my way at this point to ignore him. And he never said a word to me, never said hi, nothing. His dog came over to say hi to us, but not him, you know. Just a weird energy. And really, like, off-putting, ugly. Like, really good-looking guy, but, like, really ugly energy. Ladies, I know you know what I'm talking about. And I wake up, I don't know, it was about 2 in the morning, and he's done it again. Like, what the fuck? At this point, like, you're obviously doing this on purpose. Like, why? I don't even, there's hundreds of yards of parking in every direction. Like, he could park anywhere, but no, he's got to pull up. And I mean, he doesn't just pull up like, you know, like a decent distance from my bumper. He's like this close to my car. Like, why? What the fuck is your problem? So once again, I back up because there's plenty of room, so I move. Whatever. This morning I wake up, you know, once the sun has come up and everything, and he's on the other side, like, thank God. But I wake up and I'm feeling like agitated, which is not normal for me. This is not my energy. It's not normal. It's not mine. It's not me. So I'm sitting there going through, like, you know, my morning routine of, like, you know, my own self-talk and my prayers and things like that. And just, like, the more calm I try to get, the more frustrated I get, which is definitely not me. So I'm, like, doing all this return to sender stuff. Not all of this. It really didn't take very long. And then I just decide to leave the area because, like, why would you want to be around that kind of energy? 1123 on the timer. And I have shit to do. Like, I have things to do. But I just decide to leave. I usually stay there in the morning and, like, cook Bella breakfast and everything. But this morning I'm like, you know what? I've had it. This has been like 3 days of this.
No.
And I just need to leave. Confirmation.
No. No. No.
That's a lot of confirmation. So I just leave. And I notice this energy is, like, following me. And I'm thinking to myself, is this me? Because sometimes it is. Sometimes we don't really realize how much our energy is, like, negative. And it's not like, it's not consciously negative. It's something that you're pushing up against in your nervous system, especially when you're rewiring your nervous system. You push up against something and it pushes back. This is what, like, archons and all this stuff that we talk about, demons and all this stuff. This is what we taught. This is what it is. And so I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe it's just me. You know, maybe it's just me. And I take that into account, you know, that it could just be me. But I'm thinking to myself like this, and this guy keeps popping into my head. Like, what? I don't even know this guy's name. I don't think I could pick him out of a lineup. Like, I didn't really even get a good look at him. He looked like a decent looking guy, like a pretty good looking guy, and fairly young. And, like, that's it. That's pretty much all I know about him. I don't know anything else. And, like, I have no factual information about him. None. But I know that this person keeps coming up in my brain. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't care about this person. I don't care anything about them. Like, I genuinely don't care. And I go through the, like, in 5 years, is this going to bother me? No. Does this person bring me, does this situation bring me peace, profit, clarity, or joy? No. And so I'm, like, sloughing off the energy, and he keeps popping into my mind. So I'm like, all right, I'm doing a full fucking return to sender at this point. I'm so over it. And finally, it started to back off. Like, oh my gosh, though. Like, when somebody is negative, I pick up on it. I don't care what they look like. I don't care how well dressed they are. I don't care what kind of car they drive. It doesn't matter. I pick up on it every single time. And then, like, if somebody has good energy, I pick up on that too. But, like, I'm telling you, sometimes the amount of crap that I deal with just to get through a day, I mean, it's just a normal day for me. It's not like, you know, anything in particular is going on. And, but I mean, seriously. And, like, the frustration for me has been, that it's hard to shield myself from it. I mean, because I'm just, you know, really like, la-da-da-da-da-da-da, going through my days. I'm not really paying attention. I'm not looking at anyone. I'm not thinking about anyone. I'm not doing anything. It's nothing. But, like, the ability of other people to affect my energy at certain times, it's, like, frustrating to me. And I feel like, you know, because we live in a car right now and everything, it's been difficult for me to, like, put up that shield, like, constantly. And that, because that feeds, like, this hypervigilance that screws up my nervous system anyway, which is counterproductive to the work that I'm doing. So, but like all morning, and I do realize like I've got my own things to deal with. I've got my own energy to handle right now. But like, man, if you've got some negative thoughts about somebody, keep them to yourself. Like, go for a walk or do something. Belle. Not right now, please. Not right now, please. Stop, please.
It's way of saying hello.
Yeah, I know, but I'm doing a YouTube video, and so it's all like, yeah. So, yeah, if you've got, like, you know, your own, like, negative thought patterns, like, keep them to yourself, because we pick up on that, and we know what you're thinking, and it's ugly, and it's gross, and it makes you look ugly, no matter what you look like. I don't care how good looking you are, how much money you got, it makes you ugly. Gross. I do realize the camera's crooked right now. But, like, years ago, if I, you know, when I was less aware of everything that was going on, have a great day. Bye. You know, and like yesterday was such a great day too. Like I woke up, you know, and I just left the energy where, you know, wherever he was, I just left it there. Yesterday was a great day. I helped. There was this old lady walking with a walker. Like she could barely walk too. Like she had Parkinson's, and she could barely walk with this walker, and she's on the side of the freeway. And so I pull my car over because I'm like, that's not supposed to be like that. That's wrong. So I pull my car over behind her and put on my hazards and everything, and I talk to her. And in the process of me talking to her and everything else, there were two other ladies that pulled up. I'm sure they saw me, and that's what they told me. They saw me and they saw her. Turned out this lady had gotten away from her senior living place and was walking the freeway with her walker, and she could barely walk. Like she wasn't okay to walk by herself at all. And somehow she got away from it. Maybe somebody wasn't paying attention or whatever. And that, you know, and then we helped her, and, you know, they called the, one of the ladies called the highway patrol, and so they got a patrol car and, you know, figured out where she lived and got her back home safely and everything. And we were given like a bunch of really yummy food yesterday, which is amazing. And I had like another really good like experience online that was just like, it was just miracles from the moment I woke up until the moment I went to sleep. One thing after another after another. Oh, and I ran into an old neighbor of mine from back in the day, and she was doing great, and I'm doing great, and that's great. And oh yes, and my one and only, like the one person who's actually been really supportive of me for the last couple years, and I mean like the last like 5 years. She had gotten a diagnosis, and it turns out it was wrong. Thank God for mistakes like that. And so, you know, like I had spent, you know, probably the last 72 hours like worried about this person, because I don't want this person to suffer in any way, shape, or form. And she's actually been really supportive of me behind the scenes, and, you know, I didn't really count her as a friend for a while, and she showed me otherwise many times. And like how thankful I am that she's okay and she doesn't have to like go through some horribleness, because she doesn't deserve it. And it was just like one thing after another after another. And I had prayed for all these things. I hadn't prayed for the lady on the freeway, but I did pray, like, Father, if there's someone I can help today, let me help them. Put me in their path. Put me in there. And he did. And then I was praying for my friend, and the diagnosis was wrong, thank God. And it was just like one thing after another after another after another like that. So that's why I say, like, it's not my energy, because I know better. Like, I had a whole day of miracles yesterday. It was a beautiful day from start to finish, regardless of what this dude did. And I think that sometimes it's easier for us. Like a couple years ago, I would have first of all, I probably would have thought this guy was just really good looking and like, thought he was, just like trying to get my attention or something by the way he acted. Now I'm like, you know what? You're repulsive to me. Your energy is repulsive. Like, you're gross. And I wouldn't talk to you for anything. And how different my perception of things is. And how much more of like a powerful perception I have. And a truthful and perception of clarity on things. Rather than allowing things to get to me and allowing things to like throw me off. And like a couple years ago, this stuff like some dude acting like an asshole would have completely thrown me off, would have completely thrown my energy off. And rather than allow that to happen, because I could have allowed it and could have just like gone through my day like frustrated and feeling aggravated. But no, I took the time to just stop, pull the car over, stop everything, and address this issue, because I'm not going to continue my days, me and Bella's day, with this like underlying like nasty energy. I'm just not going to do it. I totally freaking refuse. And what a beautiful perspective that is to have, because Bella and I deserve to have good days. And when we live in a car, life is challenging for us already. And I just absolutely like refuse to add anything or to let anyone add anything to that. Like I said before, if it doesn't bring me prosperity, if it doesn't bring me profit, clarity, joy, and peace, I don't want anything to do with it. Nothing. I don't care who or what it is. If it's not helping me or helping Bella, I don't want anything to do with it. And how, just recently I was able to get the radiator in our car fixed. It was very interesting. The radiator went out, and then shortly after that, and what does a radiator do? Regulates the temperature in the car. Shortly after that, I got this massive fever, and I know that I was the one who caused it to happen. And I won't get into the details, but it has to do with my nervous system. I literally caused my car to break down. Isn't that crazy? Crazy. But like, you don't really know how much power you have until you really start making the connections and seeing what's actually going on behind the scenes. It's a beautiful thing. I could have gotten really upset about the radiator going bad and this and that and the other thing, but I had saved enough money. I found a mechanic to help me fix it for a lot less expensive than the estimate that I got. And it all worked out. It was beautiful. And even on top of that, we ended up having help that I didn't think we were going to have. Actually, my intuition told me that we would have help, but I couldn't see how that was going to work, because I actually asked that person for help, and they said no. Well, then I found, the less expensive mechanic to help me. And he was just somebody I had made a connection with probably a year before that. And he's a man of God. Like, that's what we connected on, was our relationship with God. And what a beautiful thing that is. And I just, on a totally like intuitive hunch, I went over and talked to him, and 2, 3, 4, 5 on the timer, and he's the one who helped me. Beautiful thing. And I, because of the money I had saved, I was able to be generous with him and his the men he works with, and give them tips. Like, it felt really good to be helped and to help others, like in the same exchange. And so just mind your energy. Like, seriously, most people are so sloppy with their energy, especially people who say that they're energy workers, and they don't really understand like how sensitive some of us are. Really sensitive. And that sensitivity can be seen as a negative thing, but I choose to see it as a positive, because it makes me aware of what's going on around me. It gives me a situational awareness that I would never have otherwise. I dare say that the situational awareness that I have would rival any like CIA operative or like trained military operative, because I'm so sensitive. I know what people are like. I know what their intentions are. which is, you know, it can be like a rude awakening sometimes because Bella, please. Because a lot, you know, not a lot of people even are aware of what their own intentions are. They'll think, oh, well, you know, I don't have bad intentions, but they don't have good intentions either. And if you don't have good intentions, they're more than likely probably bad, because very few times are people's intentions towards you neutral. So anyway, I don't know what in this video might help you, but if it resonated with you, like, share, comment, subscribe. It really helps the channel, and I actually appreciate it. So hang in there. It just gets weirder and weirder. And like the rewiring of the nervous system, it's an exceptional amount of work, but it is 100% worth it. You are worth it. Remember that. You're worth it. And God loves you. And you should love you the way that God loves you. We're supposed to love others the way that Christ loved us. Well, that includes ourselves. So love yourself and give yourself a break. Do the best you can. And if it's not good enough for other people, fuck them. Just know that you're doing your best. And always, always, always love yourself. Always. Because God loves you. And you're deserving of that love. You deserve God's love. I know that a lot of the like religious dogma tells us that we are not deserving of God's love. I say bullshit. I call bullshit. That's not true. That's not true. We deserve every ounce of God's love and more. And He wants to give it to us. So, wow, that's a beautiful bird. Extraordinary. Anyhow, signing off from sunny Southern, well, we're not in Southern California, sunny Central California. It's like January and I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt and my tennis shoes. It's a beautiful place. I love it here. Despite some of the other bullshit that I deal with, I love it here. It's my hometown and I was born here for a reason. Anyway, I genuinely hope that this video finds you blessed. Love, blessings, and compassion to everyone. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Peace be with you.